to my minister that I would not approve, then you're clashing with me. And then the minister will not think much of you then. They say, why didn't you tell him then that about this before that you told us to do this? So this is dangerous. Always tell me. As I say, I wrote articles, I carried my tape, I tried to give my tape recording sermon to you throughout the time that I was sick and lying on bed sometimes. Doing it. As I just told you, I came down to just 118. I used to walk across the yard sometime, and I would be trembling in my legs. And you have heard my voice many times. That it sound weak. And you saw me on Halstead Street over here, Avenue, a few years ago. I think 58, wasn't it? No, 60. When were we on Halstead?
62.
62. Yeah, 62. You saw me stand there before the people. I was a man that was very ill, all but collapsed. I told my wife if I had not sit down, I would have fell down. The only thing that strengthened me was when that dentist got up and started talking against us. Then I got angry, and then I didn't know I was weak at all. But I was still weak, but that was just the anger or love for the truth that I was preaching. I didn't want him to get away with no slang against me. And so, this, I'm telling you that you don't think that I'm so busy that I don't have to take care of those top laborers that is trying to help me. You are top laborers. And if I don't know what you are doing, how in the world can I expect any progress from you or no progress because I don't know nothing about you? You must be always contacting me. You have one shepherd in this thing, and you should always look to me and ask me of this. Now, Brother Isaiah, Minister Isaiah, just what was you going to call a meeting for of the ministers for Thursday?
The old apostle that I had with you some time ago, about 2 weeks, and asked you, mentioned to you about the ministers meeting, how we could discuss how to sell Muhammad League newspaper. Now I have a little difficult for me to be human enough from selling Muhammad League. And you wrote me back and told me that such meeting would be good.
Yeah, but just for the newspaper.
Yes, sir.
That's all you want?
Yes, sir. How we could still have a better unity of selling.
Did they all know that? Did the minister know that that's what you wanted them?
I don't think they did, because I didn't write the...
Well, then they would not know what you were. Well, that's easy to tell them about that. But about the selling of the paper, as we are, as you see here, of course, that is good to take it up sometime. The temples said that we should try and get over to the people, more papers. That's all right. But sometimes other things rises up in such meetings. And there you could say, at this meeting, such and such thing came up, and we all agreed on this. And that may be contrary, to the real aims and purpose of the mission that Allah have given to me. So always let us know these things. And that is not saying no great thing, that you should keep hid from the people that you want to talk over how best we get the paper over. And then you should tell me that your plan, what you had, your idea, and that you tell me how that your idea that you want to put forth to the ministers that you think would get more papers sold than we are selling. That would have been nice. But always remember to do these things.
And then Holy Pastor, the other thing that I was on my mind, that if this meeting wasn't called, that how we should attack these, these people that are throwing like bombs and throwing all this thing.
Hypocrites. Just say how you could attack hypocrites.
That's what I was I said, because, it look like some of them don't know where they should write or not to do. I was going to tell them that's what we're supposed to do, I so try to
yeah, it's your duty, all right, enough, as I said, all the ministers, not to wait until the enemy have burnt the house down, and then they all decide to carry a pail of water not throw on the ashes. So, that is no good. Go carry the pail of water while the flame is there. Maybe you could save some part of the house. Yeah, just a moment, brothers. Now, here I would like to say in this, that the hypocrite is going to continue. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're going to have more hypocrites. Right. Maybe if I call this meeting 2 months from now, maybe one of them is gone. Yes, right in this meeting now. I'm not prophesying. I hope it don't come true. I hope that I'll have more. Yes, but I'm just saying, we are living in a time that a hypocrite may spring up overnight. Yes, right in your house. Yes, right among the brethren. Right. You didn't know that he would change so quickly. Right. And he don't have no excuse. He can't tell you a good excuse. He can't give one. Right. All the things he say, he don't like this and he don't like that. It's just Allah making it manifest to you and me that he's no good among us. And as you have it there in the Bible like this. It says, I am the true vine, and my Father is the husbandman. And the branch that branches off from me, the true vine, if it bear not fruit, then my Father or the husbandman, he will prune it for me. He take away that branch that won't produce. Well, he was making a parable of himself in God, that he was the true shepherd of God, and his followers that follow him is true. But those weak ones, they are like a weak vine having a sprout coming out from the vine that will wither. And the pruner comes and prunes it up to keep the vine going alive. Well, that's the way he was given to you, that he and his followers are. The weak one, Allah will weed him out from among you. See? And he's doing that. He's weeding them out. I didn't know they was there, but he knows. And you may find, wait a minute, I think I have this somewhere in my pocket. You may find actually the works of Malcolm and book on the life of Muhammad. The author is not new, Irvin, Washington Irvin. Washington Irvin. I did have the page. Just a moment. I think I might can find you the page that you may be directed. I'll direct you to the page. Washington Irvin.
He's right.
It reads something like this. trying to find the page here. I read it years ago. The book was it's entitled Mahomet, M-O-H-O-M-E-T, Muhammad, Muhammad. And it was written in 1893. And it goes something like this: so far from sheathing the sword, we find it shortly afterwards employed in an important service. This was against the false prophet Musaylama, who, encouraged by the impetus with which, during the illness of Muhammad, he had been suffering to propagate his doctrine, had increased greatly the number of his followers and adherents, and held a kind of regal and sacred sacerdotal sway over the important city and fertilized provinces of Yemen between the Red Sea and the Gulf of Persia. It goes on to say, relate, that he and his followers came in combat with the followers of Muhammad, and that he was slain in battle by an Ethiopian, and that his followers were soon afterward brought into the fold of Islam under Muhammad. This is a copy of that which is you will find in that. Now you never read where Muhammad was sick, have you? No. But that is, everything of the life of a messenger is written in some book. And the Holy Quran says there is nothing telling Muhammad, there is nothing in your life that is not written in a book. So this man you will find that he, while Muhammad was sick, and he was exercising complete authorities over Muhammad's followers, then he swayed them, in his own orbit and against Muhammad, and then he went out to fight Muhammad and his followers, but was, conquered. And his followers turned back and come back to Muhammad, while the book say the leader was slain. Now, you have seen little things going, since Malcolm deviated, he went out and armed his followers, right? And I never have taught you to arm, and you are most successful without arm and those with arm, right? Not even Martin Luther was too wise to tell his followers to arm themselves, because he knows the devil would kill them. Because the devil have all the arms. You've got to have a lot of arms to make a stand against him. Because if you outshoot him with rifles in this neighborhood, he'll go rope it off. He'll go and isolate this neighborhood. Then he'll get in his plane and come over and drop a little bomb on you. Understand? Or he'll sit out there and take one of his field pieces and throw some shells over here. Right? You can't do nothing. You can't throw them back at him. Or he'll come and just strafe you, with machine gun fire. Go up and down the street with his, with his plane just sliding low. You don't have one. Just strafe you all up and down the street. Daring you to come out, and then after a while you cry out for some food. He's the only one selling you food. You don't have no food stored away. Now how in the world you gonna fight up people like that? When they feed, you got to eat their food. You got to wear their clothes. You got to, stay under their shelter. How can you fight them with their arms? You're going to be the loser. You're going to have your people slaughtered. That's the thing. I know these things in advance. He could just starve you to death. Just go and patrol your area and won't allow you to come out and nobody to go in. You can't get no help. You can't jump up and fly out of it. You don't have wings to fly. Now, how you going to get help? You said, well, my people across the water coming. They can't do it because they don't have an Air Force. Asia, means that Africa don't have no great Air Force or nothing like that to come here and aid you. They don't have no fleet, no Navy to come here and bombard the shores of the United States. No, they can't help you. He's over there trying to get them to help. But you see, they might could help you a little by uniting against America's brutality against you, by telling her in the UN now you call yourself the chief nation for peace, and you now have this poor brother of ours here. You just killing him day and night. They could probably ease up a little clubbing of you and me, but that yet, if America didn't want to do that, they can't fight us. America could whip Africa with all of her mechanized, armies. Why, they could roll over just like that, because Africa don't have that kind of, artillery to fight Americans in Europe. That's why they rule them. They got nothing to fight with. And you don't see no African ships backing up in the ports of America, do you? They don't have anything, brother. They slaves under the Western powers themselves. Egypt has some. But now she don't have no navy to come here to try to attack this devil's navy. No. You would never get, they would never get in sight. They'd be going to the bottom of the where to get in sight. She don't have no Air Force strong enough to even start across the Atlantic to fight this devil. No. They knock them out before they ever can get here. This old devil is about the strongest thing on the earth when it comes to actually, arms. He have built up a force of arms, brother, that is not equal here in Russia. So you can't fight him with that. Don't depend on fighting him with that. Find the other way. Get Allah who knows how to fight without artillery of his make. Now, he told me he will leave him to him. He's happy to destroy him. He said he hasn't got anything to destroy. He said take him in one day. He don't have nothing. He said we know what he have. I told him about the poison gas when they get to it. He said, we know all about that. He said, we cut a corridor in the air lane. He says, poison gas can't cross it. He said, we know how to sell. He said, we know how to stop this devil. And he told me, he said, we've been preparing for him for 60 years. He said, we're ready, brother. And the devil knows that. And there is ex-general in Pakistan, he told me the same thing. He said, we've been preparing for this devil for 60 years, 70 now. He said, now we are ready. He said, we just have to get back and make room here for you all. He said, because we're ready. He said, he's no good. He said, the only way out is just to kill him. Well, these scientists knows these things. And that's why you hear me boast so. I know it. I know when Allah let loose the forces of nature against him, he got no defense. He can't fight that. I don't care if you have a stack of bombs, tonnage bombs, hydrogen bomb, as high as Mount Everest. It wouldn't help him against that. He just have them there. No, he couldn't help him at all. So that's what Allah going to fight him. There are 7 scientists to destroy you. And each one have, to operate a certain force of nature against him. And the Savior told me, he is not enough for one of them. They like a mouse sitting among 7 hungry cats. He said, and the mouse is not enough to fill one cat's belly. So, brother, when, say for an instant now, if you had the power out there right now over the sun, it's going down, you could increase the rays of that sun so that it burn us up.
Yes, sir.
Understand?
Yes, sir.
How could you do that? Just say, yes. Will it
Yes, sir.
cause a storm in the sun? That's what happens. A storm, they call it a storm in the sun.
Yes.
And make her throw out her heat, way out into space, brother, 100,000 miles from her own sphere.
Yes,
Cause a storm. And the waves start doing just like on the ocean, just like this. And they start jumping out into space, just like that. And they come out here near us, burn you up. Burn you up. Yeah, that's... you said, I wanted to... How you going to destroy his navy? The water will kill him.
yes, sir.
Just start the water to heave it.
Yes, sir.
Just put it to work. Draw the magnetic of the moon a little closer to it. Pull it up. Pull it. And if there's a submarine down there, stick it up on it, pound it. After a while, he's got no submarine, much less a surface ship. I'm telling you what I know, brother. You don't need no gun to kill him. No? Just put the forces of nature at him that he's dependent upon for his own security. Get it? Yes, sir. You can break up all of his little navy out there like matchboxes. Just heave up some of this waves here, of this water. Just start it to working. Just keep it to working. After a while, you see it tumble up here about 60 feet.
Yes, sir.
And then let it flop down over all his little boats. They don't want to encounter 15 and 20 feet wave, brother. Much less to think over a wave up there 60 feet in the air. All of those tons of water now drop down on the bow of your ship. The bow of your ship, why, he break it right in two. There you go. If you have a submarine at the bottom, the water is boiling from the bottom, pushing up. Okay, it's bound to surface it. When it surfaces it, it slaps it. Yes, sir. You can't stay down there under. Just like an airplane can't stay in a terrific current of the air. That air up there, the wind gets so strong, she starts doing this. And starts getting your plane like that. After a while, you lose control of it. And then she's breaking up, coming on down. So the earth is well guarded with forces. Into your orbit and rain upon your plane. Pieces, like 50 pounds, 100 pounds, meteorite. And hit your plane, that's it. Be worse than bums. Shower them like they had, you've heard, you read those that Once Upon the Stars spell a long time, grandparents talk about it. Said it hit the ground like little, torches. And it smelled like sulfur. My grandmother told me about it. Now, actually, these pieces that I'm referring to, that the Holy Quran referring to, they're like little stars. They're little balls floating right around near into our Earth's surface. Waned, or rather, is about 50 feet. Some of them is 50 miles in diameter. Yes. And some of them is just about a few feet in diameter. And those 50 feet or 50 miles and 200 miles in diameter like that, why, you see, he's got a light up here for you. See, this is the only planet, or rather, these planets, Mercury, Venus, and Mars and the Earth, is the only planets that have stars around. See, we call them the sun family, They're the only one that's got the others way out of the circle. There we have about 3 or 4 out there, 4 it is, I think it is, or 5. They don't have stars around. So these, and the Holy Quran said, we have made the earth, and we have adorned this lower heaven with stars. The lower heaven is the intermediate family we call it the sun family, which is reaches out to about Mars or Jupiter. And there you have a skip in these planets, run something 500,000 or 700,000 miles between the two sections of a planet. Now, that's enough for that, and I didn't intend to get on no astronomy.
We the same group you talked to back in February, and we say yes, it's your program, but we don't keep it up in the papers. Like we have like number 9 Youngstown, which is operated by number 22. They seem to be more interested in business than they are in getting converts or getting the papers. They didn't order the papers the last time. That's in Pittsburgh, and like number 9 Youngstown and 17 Joliet and Lansing. These places get your name, they use it, but after they get the name, they don't do anything to keep it up. And this is misrepresentation themselves by not keeping up the name. They don't put forth the effort to get converts.
Well, I think, Brother Secretary, I think they have understood now. And I don't think that they will be like that on the return. I think they have agreed with us that they will push this paper, and that the orders and everything, that is with you and them. I tell you, brothers, we must, by all means, get our order in for our paper in time. Because there is people in your city be looking for that paper. And be sure you send your order in at time if you have to borrow it from each other. But we can't send it to your own credit. We either lose too much of that. Let's think over how much we was behind, $60,000 still. And think over how much that we got behind once with the Brother Alexander.
Yes, sir.
We had to pay him $10,000 for back debt. We must not carry that ugly name. Because if the papers is given to, presented to the public, they will buy. And so be sure now, let us make this agreement today, and that we're going to stand like the Rock of Gibraltar.
Just about one other thing too, we have like the Central Point program. We're paying out $55,000 a year for the radio program, and you're paying like in Miami, you're paying $200 a week out on the radio, and they should, and according to people that have in Miami, they should get $190 for Central Point. The temples are not even pushing at Central Point. They're doing the same thing now they're doing 2 and 3 years ago. And they don't push these charities, they don't teach charity. Like Central Point last month, we got $5,000 in the Central Point. If there's a little bit of effort being done, we should be getting over $19,000 if you have a few more radio stations. And many of us are asking you to take care of us. Instead of going out there and hustling ourselves, we want you to pay our rent, take care, feed us, clothe us, and everything, and they don't even
Yes, I most certainly have.
And we get many requests that labels want to live off you. They want to take care of their captains, ministers, secretary, lieutenant, pay their rent, the car notes, and house bills, and all these different things. And they don't even go out and get the dead to hustle and make the dead contribute to the program or teach them the purpose of doing this.
Yeah, that's where the money is at. It's in the dead. If you get him here, he will help you pay all of this. You won't have to ask for it. You could live happy if you get the fish. As Jesus said to Peter, I guess Peter was getting lazy. He said, go to the seashore and catch a fish. He says, and open his mouth, and there you will find a piece of money. He says, then take it and go and pay your tithe and mine too. Well, now, listen, there is no such thing as fishes going around out there with money in the mouth. We are the fish. We the one that have the money. Let's go out there, and the lake is the people out here. The lake is full of people. Go out there and catch them, and you will find money in their pockets, and they will pay everything, get everything you want. Yes, I have many letters. I don't like to talk like that, though. I have many letters. They come to me often, asking me for help, asking me for this. And if you would help us to do this, we would like to do this, and all we need is so much and so much money. And that's coming to me all the time. And I can't help you if you don't help me. Because I don't have no help but for that what you give to me. And so we're going to see that this don't happen anymore. Have we agreed on that? Good. I hope we will now live up to it. And again, I must say that we have now our Savior's Day coming up. We must, by all means, this year, try and do all we possibly can. And if we're able, try to do 125 if we can. Let's start the first of the month, September, and there we have 6 months. But I always try to, clear out the poor treasure to allow you some time to try to raise your transportation, fare. And I figured that if we could do this in about a couple of months or 3 months, something like that, then we have some time to do something for ourselves. See? Then I always wishes to give you all something, like, a donation for your good year's work. But if you don't do this, I can't do it. Yes, sir. I used to line you up. Some of the brothers here know I used to have you in line and give you back your donation, all but a little. I just lined up and go to giving you your money back. But you got me to the place now I can't do it because we have grown pretty, strong, and it takes a lot of money. Long in those days, wherein that I was only spending $100, now today I have to spend $1,000 there. And therefore, I'm asking you to give me that $1,000 to put there. And I always like to give the followers something on the Savior's Day as a present for myself. And but if you don't help me, I can't give nobody nothing. And anyway, you're helping yourself. So let us all agree that we all will try and put a nickel in this new program of ours on our day's work, 25 cents a week, $1 a month. Let everyone try to do that. And if we can do more, we do it. And that will be a kind of a sort of, we say, something, a prop to lean against. Yes, sir, for the nation. Don't stop. Don't do this just yourself. Try and get Lazarus to help. I'm after everybody that look like us. And let us try to see what we can do for the poor treasure and for the paper. I think we will do a whole lot of good for ourselves if we get this paper to the people. Because you get converts. And then when you get in converts, you are lessen your own burden. So let us do that. Thank you very much. Yes, brother. Well, I like him so, brother Captain.
Program that we have to push, such as Muhammad Speakers recognize that as the #1 program. And very few of us here can say that we have set up the #1 system to push our #1 program. I mean, as far as meeting among ourselves, because I feel that the problem of Muhammad Speakers on a local level, in other words, it's a problem within the mosque that hinders the paper from being pushed. And when you get a combination of all these problems from the different mosques, then it amounts into a national problem. You find the 66,000 cases behind it. And I think it's a case where the Muslims, the Christians, and the laborers within the mosque have to get together and get right down to the brother that is handling the people and knocking on the doors. He is going from door to door, block by block, as the Nation of Islam has told us they want us to do. And in many cases, in order to put this type of program to the brothers, you find that most of the brothers come out on a Sunday because Monday, or they're working second shift, or they're working, so that you find the majority of the brothers, the majority of the Muslims, you can get them on a Sunday. But many times in different mosques, or even if you have a visiting minister, if the teaching goes too long, say the teaching might go for 2 hours or longer. And recently I heard the Nation of Islam, #2, said that the teaching should not have to last so long. And sometimes on a weekday, teaching will go maybe to 10:30 or sometimes longer than that. And then how can you hold brothers or the Muslims over to bring to them a program when you have kept them till it's time for some of them to go to their job, or they got to take their children home, or they don't have time. And I think that if we put more emphasis on pushing the program and allow enough time to get the word across to the lost bound to the end of a month, and then take that rest of that time and push these different programs, and we have the majority of the Muslims out, then we find we'll be more successful. Because the brothers hate to be kept until 11 o'clock to hear the captain say, now look brothers, we all out, and we got to straighten this out on Muhammad's feet. And I know that many times the visiting ministers come, sometimes visiting ministers come to Children 14, and you have to get up there and give them a signal that you would like to bring something to the brothers. We have a little program that we want to push here locally, you know, as far as Muhammad's feet or what have you, or charity or what have you. I think these things are not being pushed. We're not working with the problems or the programs of the nation as if it was a job. We don't say, well, I got to get up 8 o'clock tomorrow morning and start lining up how I'm going to push this and push that. And when you say 12 o'clock, no, it's true. It's true. We don't work this as if it was a job. That we, like the devil does. He gets up in the morning, 8 o'clock. He starts going about his business. We don't do it that way. I mean, we just wake up. If I would get up at 2 o'clock, well, then I'll wait around, and maybe I get to the mosque 5 minutes late, or I get to the mosque 5 minutes to 2, or I don't get to the mosque. And this happens all over. I know these mosques happen all over. We're not pushing it. I don't think that's a job. I think that we should take more time and operate it while we're here, and put in our minds the system that we want to work with when we get back, or just push the system that we have to deal with another system.
Right. They do have Captain Muhammad sent a system out to all the mosques 2.5 years ago, which the only temple is working with is Cleveland, like Minister Theodore and Captain Alfonso, and Captain Street and Captain Muhammad told the brothers meeting after meeting to check with them on the system, how they're working it. So they had the most effective system, and they had the papers working door by door. The system already been, been given to them. Given the message, the system, what the message suggested, going door to door. And this been getting, we already know it. I was going to say this boy. And the Apollo Cleveland is the only temple which is following the system, Minister Theodore and Captain Alfonso there. The system you told them going door to door. That was 3 years ago.
Yes.
The only problem, I think that what I was trying to emphasize is take that unity, to actually take the system and you have to start it, I feel, from the brothers right up to the ministers, the captains being together, not having a hypocritical outlook on the paper in the sense that you just asked about it just because it's supposed to be asked about it.
Well, Brother Captain, I will say that a while ago mentioned that the minister must help from the speaker stand. He must advertise the paper himself. He must tell you how to go about getting the paper to the people. If he has to leave the stand and go out there himself and do it. And the main thing it is, if we want to organize selling papers, as the secretary and my son just said, that old way back 2 years ago still stand good. We should get up and go from door to door. And not to say just go down to a certain corner and stand there at the corner all the time, unless that is a very federal corner. But if we go from door to door, we get converts. Sometimes one will, or some person wants to talk with you about Islam, and they say, "Oh, here's the paper man. He comes around every week or so," and I would like to ask them, "How is this and how is that, and can we do this and can we do that?" After a while, you have the whole neighborhood coming to the temple. Yes, sir. This is the way that I think is best to organize your temple, Brother Minister. It is to give them time, and you stop in time to represent your people. Yes, sir. Don't preach through until that you have another minute left. Always leave a spare minute anyway, because you never know what's coming up. Someone may have a problem. someone may want to offer you a solution to your problem. Well, have time to do this. As you have temples and you have small group and you have large groups. And whilst you have small groups, that's so much the better. You can stop in time and lecture them on this and that, how best to make progress. And get in your fruit, brother ministers. When your fruit meet on Monday, you be there. Because that's important too. That the minister should be in his fruit meeting. And tell the fruit how to go about making better progress with your paper or with any of the teachers. Teach them, they're in the fruit. And the captain, he's there to help you, and you're helping the captain. You're helping the captain to make the fruit, be very easy for him to carry or control and train by your presence. And you both work together. Don't go there disputing with each other. Not before the fruit. No minister and captain never should dispute or show any sign that they are not together. They go in the fruit laughing, smiling. And if the captain or the minister says something to them, he turns and he shows the most utmost of submission to each one. This is teaching the fruit. Means your followers how to do this. And that you have it 100% together. Talk with each other before you go to the fruit. What should we put before the fruit? You understand? This is good, brother. And after a while, you have a lovely fruit there growing, and you'll be proud of it yourself. And every time you meet your captain and minister meet, they must present their brotherhood by their action to the Muslims of anywhere that they meet. There are two people that is our example, the captain and the minister. Always do that, brother. And you'll find you will have a good temple going. Don't never go before your fruit looking like the minister or the captain have a piece of sour pickle in the mouth against each other. Why, you're not going to make no progress there like that. One or the other, you should go home. Stay away from there. Don't go there until that you can meet together in unity. You can't build up a peaceful house if you are unpeaceful yourself. Then you're the builder. You got to be at peace yourself. So that is the thing. So always, ministers, these shoes, don't say, my captain, he don't do like I tell him, he don't cooperate with. That's your man. You are to train him how to cooperate with you. He's not always at fault. You hire him, you tell him the job you want him to work on, then show him how to do it. And keep there around him to help him to do it. And listen, brother, we want to do this. After a while, he loved you. He said, I like to be like him.